3. Let's get it. Come on. All right. One thing we all adore, something worth dying for. Come on.
What more do you want?
You're stuck in this game, searching for fortune in vain. Come on, baby. Let's get it. All right. You see, the enemy is always here to twist your words. Come on. But if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, come on. Ain't no party like the Cowboys party. Let the room fill up, baby. All right.
You have an unnatural allegiance to lose.
Let me get a 1 in the chat. If the audio is straight, Mama said there'll be days just like this. Come on. Where my dogs at? Salute to you and you. Let's get it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and all right, come on with it.
I got gold.
Hey, come on, baby. All right, we home, baby. We got enough people in the chat. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Just want to say this. Don't be a fool to think that everything and anything that you do should be for free. Should be, hey, just because I'm passionate about doing something, I should do it absolutely free or for coins, right? And there will be a few people who would say, yes, do it for free. Give the multi-billionaires and escape out, right? And there will be fools out there saying, yeah, and take your words and twist them, right? And that is what's going on ultimately, because when someone says that, hey, it's not about the money, of course it's about the money. It's always going to be about the money. There was a dude in this good book that I read once upon a time says, I render you those things which are spiritual. Therefore, you have to render me these things which are carnal. Meaning that I can't be going around setting up these particular systems in operation for free. I can't be building these infrastructures for free. So therefore, you have to pay me. But man, you're supposed to be a man of the God. You're supposed to be a man of the Creator. Yes, but not for free. And so many people will be saying, yeah, do it for free. And that's not how this rules of this particular world works. There will be those that would take advantage of those who are less fortunate. Even if you have a bunch of pocket change, there will be people that would take advantage of you. And that's the reality of it. Law, do you do this content creation for free? Yes, I would do it for free. But somehow, how the system is set up, I get remunerations. Because something trickles down in the hearts and the minds of people to give me things. And I bless them with my time. I bless them with my unbelievable time. You don't have to pay to be here, but for those who love what I do, they give it freely. And if I wasn't good, then I wouldn't be getting anything. That's just how the world works, right? And according to how the system is put into place, they pay me on what I produce. Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. Regardless of it, I can start over at zero again and build myself back up again. You know, that's just how that goes. And that's not me being braggadocious. Those are facts. Because guess what? Newsflash, I did it multiple times. On the real world situation, sleeping out of my car, and even on this content creation. So that's just how it is. You see, when you're favored by the Creator, things will open up for you. When doors are shut by man, it will be opened up by the grand Creator. That's just how it is, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go and let's talk about this, because there will be those who will say, yeah, let's take those words and use them against him. But I would tell you guys, just like if you are in a jam in this first 48, you better pick up the phone and say, let me get my lawyer on the other end. You can feel all you want and say, yeah, I'm innocent. One of my favorite movies of all time is a movie, by the way, Fugitive. Yeah. Old boy was like, hey, I don't care. But he said, I'm an innocent man. I didn't kill my wife. And he said, yeah, I don't care. He had to fight for every grain of salt, every ground that he walked upon. You know, that's just how it is. And that's life. Believe it or not, Ripley. It's like Ripley. Justin D, thank you for being a member for 52 months. Platinum level 3. Appreciate you. Just keep doing what you do, bro. And Justin is a member not for the attention, not for the fame, but he's a member because he sit behind the mindset and we on the same plane, right? Because he wants to see me elevate and grow. And he knows that, hey, without remusations, law wouldn't be able to do this, right? With some duct tape or some Scott tape, you know what I'm saying? With a cell phone, right? So he gives back so that I can be able to present you guys better content. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it, baby. All right. So let's pull this up because I really want to dive into what Kyle Brandt had to say. And even though he do have some valid points, but collectively, the overall message is crazy. And let's go with it. But before we go into it, baby, I just want y'all to do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, share this content. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. I said here, before I play this take, I said, what a terrible take. Dak Prescott actually said he doesn't play for money, but he allow his agents to handle the financial negotiations. We all pursue our passions for the love of the game, and money will follow the system that's in place. That's just how it is. That's how the market absolutely works. It's not independently just for Dak Prescott, by the way. Todd France just can't say, well, you know, I represent X, Y, and Z clients, and just because I represent you and what you're feeling about this situation, I'm going to allow you to sign under a veteran's minimum. That's a double-edged sword. Because here are the facts that you guys don't want to hear. And say these are excuses. And that's just what excuses are. Facts you don't want to hear. If Todd France represent all of these other clients, right? And this particular client say, hey, I'm going to play only under the vet minimum. What do you think that the future clients of Todd France are going to say? You know, they're going to say, hey, man, why did you allow one of the guys that's coming off of an all-pro year, second runner-up for their, I say, MVP, to take the veteran minimum? Why should I sign under you? Neither here nor there. Just like any lawyer wise, and I encourage you guys, if you ever come across a ton of money, before you absolutely sign on the dotted line, make sure you reach out to your lawyer, your CPA person, and everyone else that can really give you great counsel to double, quadruple check and read everything. You don't want to be Louisiana purchased over here. I'm just saying. But neither here nor there, that's going to go over a lot of people's heads. Otherwise, you risk becoming a slave to the system, which will always try to buy low. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we as an economics graduate, working in the confines of econ, working with the confines of tangible money, and knowing how the Sproul effect works, knowing how even gerrymandering stuff works, knowing how the system is really red taped and red lined in certain situations that I can't really talk about because I don't want to outspeak my wisdom teeth. But knowing all of these things, ladies and gentlemen, keep this in your mental. The Dallas Cowboys had $90 million available funds of spending one year, and they decided not to utilize and use any of that money, and you guys can debate amongst yourselves with that. These are tropes. And on top of that, Dak, when he was on his rookie year, under his rookie contract, the Cowboys, with the amount of money that they had, they still didn't acquire a notable free agent during that time frame. That is not up for debate. That is not up for debate. A philosophy and a system and a principle are just those things. Like I said, with the Jones family and beyond, they believe that putting raisins in the potato salad is a real good thing, right? And that's a philosophy. That's a principle. So what I'm trying to tell y'all, regardless of the situation, if the Jones family had $90 million right now, that's not going to go out there and make them change their mindset on going into the free agent market and bringing in more and more people, because they view the free agent market as you will forever buy D players as C players and C players as B players and B players as A players. That's an enrooted philosophy. They're not going to change their ways. And when they do go out there and spend a little cash, it got to be as if it, though, their mindset. They're not finna go out there and do any of these things. Keep this in mind. We marveled at what they did with Brandon Cooks. Kudos and credence to that. But they took forever to work that deal because they was in a conversation with Brandon Cooks the year prior. And on top of that, the whole fiasco with Stephon Gilmore last year, keep this in mind. The year before, we were all banging on the table saying, hey, we need another DB on the opposite side of Trayvon Diggs. And they refused to do it then. They move on their time. Shoot, not on our time, as it relates to going out and acquiring these free agent people. I just wish you guys could understand that. All right, Patrice says speak facts, law, or speak law. You better teach, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I'm going to play this audio one way or another, baby. I appreciate you so much, you know. Because at the end of the day, y'all know the Cowboys, even if they had the money, who would they would assign?
Nobody, baby. Nobody. And who can do it like me?
Nobody.
Who can give you what you need? Nobody. Who can do you all night long? Nobody, baby.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's play this audio right quick. Yeah. Listen to this dude. Now, he do have a dope shirt, Tecmo Bowl. I like the shirt.
I saw that Dak Prescott says he doesn't play for money. Okay. Well, then, Dak, don't play for money then. Don't. Mm-hmm. You have a perfect opportunity right in front of you. You have 1 year left as a Dallas Cowboy. Play out this year in your contract. And then go to your agent and say, I want to stay a Cowboy. I want to be a Cowboy for life. And I want to be a Cowboy for way less money. Give me the Brady deal. Give me the discount deal. In fact, give me half of that. In fact, give me the veteran minimum. That's what I'll play for, because I don't play for money. And your agent's going to freak out. Your agent's going to try to talk you out of it because that's your agent's job. You say, no. This is my life. This is my career. This is my money. I have generational wealth. I have huge endorsements pouring money coming in. And the second I'm done playing, I'm going to get a massive media deal because I'm a Cowboy and that's what we do.
Pause. You know, there was many of years ago, are certain people that was called natives of these type of lands. And you can leave if you don't want to hear this, right? And there was a people that came over in ships and boats and everything. And they said, wow, this is new. This is beautiful, man. Oh, man, we discovered this. But then they saw some people coming out of the trees and everything. And they said, oh, wow, you guys was here already? Yes. Well, I tell you what, this land is your land. This land is my land. Come on, baby. We don't really want to take anything from you. Just sign right here. We just want to set up camps right here. And we'll name this one, that one, this one, that one. 13 colonies, right? Just sign right here. And whatever happened, we will give you things back in return. Let me know how that deal work out, baby. Y'all just let me know. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, nobody is willing to tell you that I got your interest at best, especially when they got the gun in their hand. Especially when they come in with their own set of rules. The NFL stands for not for long, ladies and gentlemen. And on top of that, why? It's equivalent to you saying, Bill Gates, I see that you're having problems. Let me donate to you. Elon Musk, let me give you a discount, baby, on ChatGPT. Let me purchase a discount. No way. But this dude right here, I guarantee you, he see nothing wrong with it. I guarantee you, Kyle Brandt can go back to what his father did, his father did, but his great-great-grandfather did. He can go back to his history and find out where he came from. But there's a lot of people that look like you and a few that's watching. We don't have that type of longitude and latitude. Not saying that Dak Prescott is not a situation that he don't have this generational wealth that's coming around the corner. But what I'm saying is collectively, never allow a billionaire a discount. No. I don't care if you red, blue, green, orange. Don't allow nobody to give you a discount, which on the things and the principle of the base that they already own. No way. Deep down in the hearts of hearts, he knows what Dak Prescott said about the whole situation, ladies and gentlemen. And these things are not up for debate. They are not.
Go make it happen. And then after you hang up with your agent, you go upstairs where the Jones boys work and you say, listen to me. I'm giving you this money, not to sit on, not to throw away, to go and get me teammates, go and get me better players, to go and spend in free agency, to go even halfway all in, and to do it with my chips.
Bull sugar. What were we doing? Y'all, I hope y'all heard me when the quarterback 4 was on his rookie contract, right? They had unbelievable money, remunerations. You can shake the tree and get things. Did the Cowboys do any of those things? And excuse me, Cal Brandt. When the Cowboys, he can't out-debate me on this topic. When the Cowboys had $90 million, what did they do? What did they go get? A George Iloka? A Dontario Poe? Come on, man. Don't pole mouth us over here. That's just what it is. Now, granted, like I said, that yes, 2 things can be true. I always tell you guys that. But at the end of the day, those who are doctors, those who are lawyers, first, before they came those particular things, you for sure would love to have a doctor who passionately want to help people and not about the coins and remuneration. Because if they are, then they're going to go back in and find something else wrong with you. And they're going to go back in and find out something else wrong with you. And before you know it, you're going to have $4 to $5 million of bills that you have to owe. Yeah. Oh, we don't think that you need this spleen. Let me just take this out. Oh, we don't think you need your tonsils. Let me go ahead and take those out. Oh, by the way, hey, who needs a pinky? Let's just take that out. So, yeah, those are facts. But by them being doctors, they get paid good money. So nobody goes into a situation saying, hey, I bet you only a doctor because you get paid good money. Or you should look at that doctor and say, hey, by you being a doctor and all, can you get the CNA pay instead of the doctor's pay? Can you get the RN pay instead of the doctor's pay? Because it's not about the money. Come on, baby. That's just what it is. You get paid based off, especially by the quarterback, you get paid based off of the market. The market will always be the market. I can hear somebody say this right now. But Lord, Tom Brady, he took less money. The dude had a billionaire as a wife at the crib, and on top of that, Tom Brady did some Tom Shady stuff with their particular owner. They were selling TB12 shirts, merch, and material on the premises up there at Gillette Stadium, which supposed to be illegal, and he was getting a cut of that money. So don't give me twisted about, hey, Tom Brady took less money. The dude got paid from that Boston, well, up there from under the table. Y'all know how that thing goes, ladies and gentlemen. But y'all be fools. Tom Brady, he played for peanuts, man. Yeah. And that's just one person. His love for the game, he loved the game more than he loved his wife and kids, allegedly. His wife was doing doggone Pilates with the Kung Fu instructor, right? He come home, honey, I'm home. Oh, snap. Baby, why you all sweating? Yeah, I was just doing a little stretching, just stretching out with AB over there, your boy that you brought into this house, right? Come on, baby. They paid Brady, yes, indeed. So people always get it twisted with the Tom Brady thing, right? Like everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, supposed to be a Tom Brady, while they're getting black. I'm trying to keep it PG-13. I almost went there, but I can't. But that's just what it is. He had a community situation going on. AB, the gardener, the jiu-jitsu person, and honey, I'm home. But that's just what it is. Come on, baby.
They're mine. I'm giving them to you. I'm pushing my
True
stack
story, by the way.
over to your chair so you can spend them on better players that we can win with. Because I think Dak's looking around. He doesn't know how much time he has left. This might be his last year as a Cowboy. And I wonder if he's thinking, what have I accomplished? What have I left here? What is my legacy as a Dallas Cowboys quarterback? I was watching on ESPN this morning, and they were showing a stat of Dak Prescott led the NFL in touchdown passes last year. Who cares? What a meaningless, pointless, forgettable stat that is in comparison to anything accomplished.
Who cares? Just the same quarterback the year before. This guy didn't lead the league in INTs, tied the league in INTs, right? I forgot who was tied with him. Y'all can let me know. But didn't everybody care about the ball that was picked up from the opposing team when Dak Prescott dropped back? So on one end, I can't make this SHIT up. So on one end, everybody cared about the INTs, right? The year before. But nobody cared about the TDs. Come on, man. I can't make this stuff up, man. Nobody cared about the TDs, but they all care about the INTs. Come on, man. Oh, my goodness, man. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I can't make this stuff up, man. Oh, and I bet you can Google search this dude, Kyle Brandt, with the T at the end of Brandt, and you can probably see excerpts of him talking about, hey, this dude is taking too much risk. He's throwing too many turnovers and takeaways. Let me know if he did any take. He should said, hey, we don't care about the INTs. But I promise you, I don't even know, but I promise you can probably find him talking about Dak Prescott INTs. Let me know.
Accomplished in the postseason, in the playoffs. Because Dak's in a club that I'm sure he knows he's in, of guys who make that much money. To get into that room, that double VIP room in the club, I mean, those are Super Bowl winners, at least people who have appeared in a Super Bowl. Bare minimum to get past that velvet rope, you got to appear in a title game. He has not. It's
True.
him and Kirk Cousins, the only guys who haven't. And I'm sure Kirk Cousins doesn't walk around saying, I don't play for money. You do play for money, Dak, and that's okay. People should play for money. But don't tell us you don't. And if you don't, then go prove it. Don't play for money. I dare you. But you do.
This got to be the craziest bullshit I ever heard. You know, at the end of the day, Kirk Cousins, Lamar Jackson, Joshua Allen, Tupac and Biggie, they don't have 1,000 cameras in front of their faces talking about money. And on top of that, there's only appreciate all of y'all. Appreciate y'all for the gifts and all of the good stuff, man. Appreciate you, Johnson. Thank you for the gold level 2, man. Appreciate you. And as well as Choice, man. Roberts, appreciate you. Gold level 2, man. Y'all gold in this thing all the way up, man. I appreciate you. Here is my God honest truth. There's only one quarterback that can literally talk about these type of things. And his name is Patrick Mahomes. Pat Mahomes is the only quarterback that can talk about X, Y, and Z with money. Any other quarterback since Tom Brady is gone? Hey, wait a minute. The quarterbacks that's starting right now, they got Super Bowl rings is Aaron Rodgers, right? Who else in the league now? Matt Stafford, right? And Tom Brady. There's only three quarterbacks. They got rings. They're starting right now. I don't know all of the backup quarterbacks. They got rings, but only 3. And the last time Aaron Rodgers been there, it was 15 years ago. And for those who are out here watching, y'all can tell me right now that Aaron Rodgers is by far one of the best or greatest quarterbacks you've seen in the last 10 to 15 years. And he haven't been back to a Super Bowl in that time span. Oh, yeah, I forgot Russell Wilson. My bad. Shout out. Four quarterbacks, man. If Russell started, 4 quarterbacks. I left out Russell, man. Shout out to Russell Wilson, man. I keep leaving him out of the equation. But there's only 4 quarterbacks with rings. Not Goff, Flacco, and all of those boys. I'm talking about there's only 4 tangible quarterbacks with rings. With rings. That can say, yeah, And if for those who are sitting back saying, hey, the playoff situations, it should be married with the contract that if you win playoff games, then you should therefore get paid the money. If that's the case in the situation and scenario, Jimmy Garoppolo, since in the last 5 to 6 years, he got more playoff wins than Aaron Rodgers, he should be getting paid $50 million. Yeah. Jimmy Garoppolo should be getting paid $50 million based off of you guys' conversations about that. But neither here nor there. Let's listen to what Dak had to say. Let me see can y'all see that on the screen? Let me know if y'all can hear the audio.
Sees football, really, and honestly, a year into it, as I told you guys last year, was thankful for him. We see the game the same, and now it's about just advancing the knowledge of the system and really getting it into the gameplay, game scenario situations, and making sure everybody's in tune to those situations and really taking the next step and getting it to a 1,500 level. Course, I guess you say.
How important is that to be able to be in review stage right now as far as it helping you guys get off to a fast start in September?
Yeah, it's big. And not only that, us being ahead, it's about getting these younger guys up to our speed so we can make sure that we hit training camp with everybody taking that next step to make sure, as you said, when we hit the fall, when we hit game 1, that we're full speed, that there's not the development period, I guess you could say, that we had last.
Let me pause right here. So, JB, Cowboy fan, he says all these excuses for Dak by talking about other quarterbacks on other teams. Well, what quarterback do you want here? Because every time we ultimately say, hey, who do you want? There's always crickets. Even when we have the call-in lines, we ask people, who do you want? Because the same could be said, look, I get it. The Kirk Cousins, when was Kirk here? 2000, he been in the league since 11 or 12 or something like that, right? In the same time frame, how long did Aaron Rodgers been in the league, ladies and gentlemen? And how long it's been? So you got two levels of two good quarterbacks outside of Dak Prescott that can't get it done. So what do Aaron Rodgers need to get it done? And also, what do Kirk Cousins need to get it done? Because at the end of the day, why, if it's so easy, how come on those two spectrums, how come they can't get it done? I need to know. How come when you look at Aaron Rodgers and all of the greatness and the throws that he do, how come he can't get it done? Right? I'm just trying to figure out things. And nobody sit back and say, just get to the NFC Championship. Danny White did that, and nobody's bringing up Danny White's name, right? I know how y'all feel. Oh, Eagles fans, are you guys right here, right now? I know we got a few. They may not say anything. Are y'all satisfied that Jalen Hurts got you to the Super Bowl and you're going to walk around with your chest out and say, yeah, look, Jalen Hurts, don't you have a moral feel good that Jalen Hurts outperformed Pat Mahomes in that Super Bowl? So you're going to lean on that and say, well, just because he did that, that put us in a good feeling, in a good situation. Therefore, they feel as if, though, Jalen Hurts is better than Pat Mahomes. I need to know. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, you still going to need these things. Run the ball and stop the run. It's quite strange to me. A quarterback of the kinds of caliber of Pat Mahomes, he got the ability on his team to run the ball and stop the run, and we don't have that here. That's crazy, huh? So you mean to tell me a quarterback that's far superior than Dak Prescott, that got better coaching, got a better situation put around him, that he is allowed to have the ability to stop the run and a team to play lights out defense, but this quarterback can't? Come on, man. I can't make this stuff up. I can't.
Last year, right? I think Coach can attest to that, as we both did, right? Figuring out the way that this team was going to be, the way that the offense, the way we're going to call things, is we can go into it with a sense of our identity and the way that we're going to be aggressive and attack people.
Do you miss having CD here?
Yes. I mean, that's my guy. Not many more people out there, more swaggier, cooler, better player than that guy. So obviously you're going to miss him, miss having him around. But I've been in this situation. It's business. Business is business. He's got my support and pretty much everybody in this locker room. I mean, I know locker room support, and so that's it's part of it. Hopefully he'll get all his and everything he deserves and is worth.
What's the status of your business, talking about business?
Business is business. I'll leave it where it gets handled. Right now it's about being my best for this team right now in this moment. OTA is helping these guys out and just focused on that. And I know my business will take care of itself, and so been in it before, experienced, and just controlling what I can right now.
Why have you been able to be so patient when it comes to the business?
I don't play for money. Never have, never cared for it to be.
Love it. I want you guys to understand that the clickbaiters would say, hey, he said he don't play for money, and didn't hear what happened on the front end of it, nor the back end of it, right? They only hear the money aspect of it. He said he doesn't play for money. Paul says Dak deserves better from these fans. No cap. Keep up the good work, Law. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. And, you know, Paul could have sent in $1, right? Paul could have sent in 5, but he decided upon his heart to send in 20 of them, right? 20 time for your mind, because we are doing a service. Look, I'm going to tell y'all this right quick. The greatest amongst you will always be a servant, someone who's willing to provide, someone who's willing to give you extra time, someone that's willing to put in the hard work and labor, and the blessings and the rewards are going to come. And I'm telling you guys right now, just because Dak Prescott said he doesn't play for money, I want you guys to not miss the meat worrying about the potatoes. Let the AI speak. Even the AI want to speak on it. AI, let's say something.
Paul, $20. Doc deserves better from these fans. No, Cap, keep up the good work, Law.
Let's go with
Be
it.
honest with you. Yeah, would give it up just to play this game. So I so I allow that to the business people to say what it's worth, what they're supposed to give a quarterback of my play, a person of my play,
Listen.
leader of my play, I guess you can say. And for me, it's about, as I said, control. I can control and handle that part, and the rest will take care of itself.
I want y'all to listen to this, because I know for sure if you stay in a certain community and houses start at $500,000 and everybody's house is valued at $500,000 or more, just because you saying to yourself, I want to sell my home and value it at $120,000 before somebody is allowed to sell that house at $120,000 or $90,000 or $80,000. Shoot, the HOA gonna step in and say, "Hey, nah, we're not finna. You're not finna drive down this particular market because you are in your feelings to give this house. Now you can give it away for free, but for dog, it's not finna go on the market for $90,000 or $100,000. Not in this community." And that, my friend, is life. Now, some of y'all who's not homeowners, some of y'all who never purchased big items, it'll go straight over your head. Just like that scripture said with, hey, pigs and swines, they don't have nothing or no knowledge to do with pearls and rubies. Just how that goes. Sometimes you can be in the situation and not know what's going on. And that, my friend, is what it is. Yeah, Players Association, HOA, yeah. Let's go.
What they're supposed to give a quarterback of my play, a person of my play, leader of my play, I guess you can say. And for me, it's about, as I said, control. I can control and handle that part, and the rest will take care of itself.
He said, supposed to give a quarterback of his play. Right? You can go. It's only bad to you, Sean, because you're not educated enough or understandable enough to obtain the information. That's okay. It will hit you 3 or 4 years from now, or maybe 30 if God bless you that long to live. But that's just what it is. I know what I'm standing on. I'm standing on principles and business, baby. And I know for sure that's just how it is. That's just how it is. And that's just how it is because that is what the law is. You can't say 2 + 2 because of your feeling is 3. 2 + 2 is still 4, and no matter how you look at it, because here's what people try to do. And yeah, the real estate market is similar to the quarterback market in 2 certain degrees. But here's the truth of it, how it goes from this particular things that I'm looking at it on these particular perspectives, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of the day, this particular guy, he don't just sit back and say, my representative only represent me. It's not working that way. His representative represent other guys who got to get paid their coins and their remunerations. And at the end of the day, he can't sit back and say, give me veteran minimum. Because before that even happened, it'll be better for Todd France to recuse himself and say, hey, I'm going to step back. I'm not even going to represent him because I can't allow my client to do suicide situations. Here it is, right here. How many people are out here? What was that guy that played for the Buffalo Bills? What was that guy's name? That got laid out, heart stopped, couldn't move at all. Did anybody say, hey, man, he should play for free? How many people yelled that out? Or when Ryan Shazier was motionless on the field, who yelled out, hey, he should play for free? See, people fail to realize the NFL literally is not for long. And if these owners could get these boys to play for free, newsflash, they would try to get every single player to play for free. When there was a freeze over, and I'm only using this as a story subject matter for tropes. When there was a deep freeze in the city of Dallas, Jerry Jones, who owned gas companies, what he did for his rates, did he turn the rates down so that people can warm up a little bit and purchase those rates so that they can have their gas turned on? No. When it was a freeze in Dallas, there was an opportunity to raise the rates, supply and demand. Zaza, or however you say your name, is not brainwashed. Did I ever say that Dak Prescott should get 60 million, 70 million, 80 million? No. But he should get what the market is rendering. And those are facts. And the best way that you can get in front of the market is to purchase it early. Those are facts. So factful that it makes my teeth white over here. Listen up. Hey, kind of just like the housing market. 4 to 5 years ago in Prosper, Texas, or in, let me use an area, Little Elms, Texas, you can get a house for $425,000. I got a close buddy of mine who worked for a certain government entity. He went and purchased a plot of land, right? And he had the areas and he had all of the pre-approvals and everything, right? And it was $582,000. And he waited to get ready to move in this particular market 3 years later. That same plot of land, nothing changed. Nothing changed. It's still the same square footage. It's still the same area, but the surrounding pieces changed. It went from $585-ish thousand to now it is literally $928,000, finna be close to $1 million. That changed within the confines of 3 years. So if the Cowboys wanted a discount rate for the Dallas Cowboys for Dak Prescott, you would have to go before Jalen Hurts got his bag. You had to go before Joe Burrows. You just have to go in front of the market. But you can't go behind the market and say all of a sudden, hey, I want it at this price. It don't work that way, baby. It goes up in value as the leaves fall. I had one guy who posted and said, hey, but Jalen Hurts went to the Super Bowl. That doesn't automatically make him better than the other quarterbacks that didn't. It's quite strange to me. Didn't Justin Herbert get his coins? Did he get his bags? Was it based off of playoff wins? Did he win a playoff game? How many playoff games did Justin Herbert won before he got his bag? He got $250 million. Don't y'all understand that? How many playoff games do he have? But y'all talking about the market. Make that make sense. How many? It's equivalent for one of y'all being on the first 48 show, right? And you knowing that you're innocent. You know that you got everything possible. That you are an innocent man. You didn't pull the trigger. You don't have the gun residue on your hand or any of those things. You were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And you go into that interrogation room and say, lawyer, nah, man, I'm good. I'm innocent, man. Justice, hey, I'm free, man, the truth shall set me free, And then you go in there, you sit in the interrogation room, the first thing they say, hey, Johnny, we caught you on the CTV camera and you was in this area. Do you own a handgun? And you're like, yes, I own a handgun. Was that handgun in your possession that night? Yes, it was in my possession. So are you telling me that you was in his area? Yes, I was in his area. Did you ever shot that handgun before? Yeah, I shot that handgun. It's my gun. Get against the wall. Hey, man, I'm innocent, man. I'm free. But no, you said you used that handgun, you know. I'm free. Hey, man, I'm innocent, man. I'm innocent. And all you had to do, when you get in there, lawyer, they would call somebody like me named Law, and we would have came in there and said, hey, you're not finna talk to my client without me representing you. What you think if Dak Prescott went in that room with Jerry Jones and John Stephen Jones? You know, what you think that they gonna do to that kid or any of those players? Yeah, somebody said Riggs, but somebody would say, hey, Riggs, baby. He's guilty, baby.
I want me some glory hole.
I'm making light of it, but there are thousands of people that's locked up free. And one can say that everybody that's in the pen, they all say that they are free, you know. And they all Nelson Mandela, you know. Fred Last, Dr. Martin Luther King, Fred Last, you know. And they hit him with a brick, and he said, hey. See that brother over there hit me with that brick? Go get him right quick. Go get him right quick. You know, yeah. So what I'm saying is, y'all better be mindful of these conversations, man.
Dak, earlier in your career, you talked about Travis Frederick and the way he helped you when you were breaking in. Now with Cooper coming and BB coming in and pre-snap protections, all that, how can you help him with all the pre-snap stuff?
Yeah, I mean, just communicating, right? Communicating, understanding, making sure that he understands he has a voice, and really challenging him, and not just him, all those young guys. As I just said, it's about all those young guys getting up to the to our level, to understanding what this offense is about, to make sure as we get into training.
Shout out to Adam Garcia. Appreciate you for the $50 cash app. Appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for your support. And he gave freely to the nation. Appreciate you, man.
Like I said, that we can explode. So Brock's done a great job. Cooper's done a great job. Dakota, every single one of those guys. TJ Bass, whoever needs to step in, who's played in that position, who's had reps in that position, is picking it up. And that's really credit to our coaches, Shadi, Solari, all those guys, and then Stalin, and they're ahead of it. So I don't know if he's going to need quite the intro that Trav gave me. So he's ahead. They're all ahead.
Going back to what you...
No doubt. That was a great piece right here. Since we are pressure for time, we're going to listen to a few more of these clips, and then we'll go over to Trey Lance and I believe any other selections of your choices over here. But bear with me.
Saying about a business, a lot of times sometimes guys get upset and go like, well, it's a matter of respect. Do you draw that line and go, business isn't about respect, business is something else, or does respect come in there? Because that's where sometimes guys get crossways with.
Yeah, I think it just depends. I think it depends on person, relationships, and honestly position and how much that pay can affect others. Understanding where I am, what my pay means to a team, to an organization, I don't really take things personal. Maybe in my first deal, right, things were a little different than they are now. And
Message.
That's one, my age, one of who I am, where I am in my life, and I guess the fact that first deal got done, the understanding that at this point, I have a lot of decision in this too. I have a lot of say-so too. So it's about understanding business is business, and for me, as I said, it's controlling what I can, and that's making sure I'm the best player that I can be right now.
Dak, what have you really worked on improving for this season, specifically?
Honestly, I mean, I feel like I get asked this question every year, and I don't know if I can ever nail down to one thing because I obsess and just crave on making myself a better player every which way that I can. And this being year 2 in Mike's offense, obviously second year since changing my drops, I guess you can just say just being more detailed and hammered into my drops and really making sure the receivers understand that because we've already had a good couple of days, and when they do that, I think that's when that we're at our best, is when they understand it's about them running fast, getting to their spots, and letting us decision makers decide if they're open or not and let it loose. So for me, it's about getting my feet in tune and making sure that they understand that.
No doubt. So when we was talking to shout out to 2 Live Craig and a few other guys last year about Dak Prescott and how the West Coast system is primarily should be more beneficial to him. A lot of people were talking about the feet, not the upper body, right? And you throw more with your legs than anything. Shout out to Bill Parcells on that topic line or that subject matter. And one of the things that Dak had to get right, believe it or not, was his feet. Now, granted, hear me out. If you heard the press conference from Mike McCarthy yesterday, put a 1 in the chat. Black Lion, Law, imagine if Dak was playing like Deshaun Watson in the last 2 years, who has $230 million guaranteed. The fans would probably have put a hit out for him. Yeah. They probably would have, man. And Black Lion, here's my truth even with Deshaun Watson, right? He was battled with injuries last season. As a starter, while healthy, he was 5-1. But injuries are a part of the game. And yes, $230 million, that's over $250 million or close to it. That's a lot of money for those miniature results that they're getting over there, right? And it's crazy, but neither here nor there. And yeah, Louis says in 1 year with that particular situation, Dak Prescott was considered a MVP finalist. And one can argue, and this is the argument here. I don't think I pulled this up the other day because I didn't have the info or the intel here, but I got it now. So bear with me. I'm going to pull this up, and let me see if you guys can see this right here. Bear with me. Ladies and gentlemen. Matter of fact, I'm going to have to go to another area. Hold on. Bear with me. I want to pull this up so that I can give you guys some visuals of what I'm about to say. Bear with me. Twitter. I'm going to my Twitter. Shout out to my guy who sent me this. And these things are absolutely truths. Let me see if I can just. Yeah, I can't do it. Hold on. Bear with me, y'all. Trust me, trust the process. I'm gonna put a little B-roll up while I'm about to pull this up because the screen going to freeze right quick. Let's look at the edge rushers just so I can get this cropped in. Just bear with me. The screen still might freeze on you, but bear with me. Yeah. You should stop by now. Okay, great. And this is not, and if I offended anyone, man, charge it to my head, not my heart. And I apologize if I offended anyone. But, man, just take it on the chin, though, y'all. Take it on the chin. I'm hyped today. That's all that is, So don't take it personally. So if I offended you or call you out or anything. All right, so boom. Here it is right here. I know it's tiny, but bear with me. Let's make it big. That's what she said. All right. So when Dak threw his final passes in each game. Week 1, you had 11 minutes and 42 seconds left in that particular game. Week 2, it was 9 minutes and 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter in that game. Week 4, it was 8 minutes and 42 seconds. Week 5, it was 12 minutes and 58 seconds. In week 8, it was 12 minutes and 19 seconds. God dog. In week 10, it was 1 minute and 29 seconds in the third quarter. In week 11, 8 minutes and 3 seconds in the fourth quarter. In week 12, 5 minutes and 59 seconds in the fourth quarter. And on week 18, it was 9 minutes left in the game. So show me one quarterback who has set out more times in the fourth quarter this season. What I'm trying to say here, ladies and gentlemen, is that if you quantify those numbers and those, can somebody put up all of those minutes, and if y'all put those minutes with those numbers, I'm quite sure that he would have threw for more than 36 touchdowns, right? I'm quite sure that he would have threw for more than 4,500 yards. And on the flip side, hear me out. I'm quite sure that not just Dak Prescott numbers would have been better, but see Dangerous Lamb. Because the whole thing is, if Dak is not in the game, Lamb is not getting the production that he would need. I'm quite sure if Dak played out those minutes, baby, CD Lamb would have been a 2,000-yard receiver with about, if you quantify those numbers, those with good math skills, he would have had at least a minimum of maybe 16 to 17 touchdowns. But you guys, hear me out. And I'm not beating up all of you all. Will say the man is still trash. Oh, what he did in the postseason, I give you that. But we can all say to ourselves that Lamar Jackson was given the MVP in spite of that man. They were, or he was. Because I'm quite sure Lamar Jackson didn't sit out all of those games for that amount of time. But he was on a better team that played hellacious defense. Collectively speaking, by the way. And he's 2-5 in the playoff 2-year run, Venters. Yeah, Lamar Jackson, by the way. But they gave him the MVP because they didn't want to give it to him. That's how much. And then here's how this goes. The hatreds from the 3-ladder to 4-ladder networks would refuse to say and point out the obvious truth because it would uplift this guy. It would put a good light on him. Nobody would tell us that, hey, that's terrible that a team is able to, in the playoffs, run the ball 8.5 yards before contacts. Man, come on, man. If this was Chad Prescott on a whole nother team, people would be talking about this dude and said, hey, just put run game around him. Put better defense around him. Or Dak Prescott on another team, right? Hey, T. Hall said there's 85.5 minutes, man. Even if you hate the dude, even if you can't stand the dude, you can't be that mad at CD Lamb. CD Lamb would have had 2,000 yards, man. I had somebody on my IG page to hit me up and say, well, Law, yeah, I get all of that, man, but Dak Prescott is just trash, man. What notable stat do you have for the playoff game? And it hit me. I said, okay, yeah, I give you that. I ain't going to even look up his stat lines because he do have positive numbers, and his numbers are positive juxtaposed to the negative numbers, right? But granted, in the last 2 seasons, he got 2 takeaways that you just don't want to see on their resume. It's a booby spot, right? But I want to know, ladies and gentlemen, outside of the quarterback, on offense, who showed up in these last 8 seasons? Or how many seasons we've been to the playoff collectively, right? With Dak. Who else showed up? We can argue Jake Ferguson, but was that enough? Who else in these last 8 years showed up absolutely? I can recall in the 90s, man, we had Emmett to really show up. To this day, he got playoff records that nobody can even come close to. Nobody can come close to. 19 touchdowns. Do y'all think that we're going to be winning 3 Super Bowls in the 90s without those 19 to 20 touchdowns from Emmett? Shh. Y'all don't think Tony Dorsett was that good in the 70s? Shh. And this is what we talking about, the quarterback. So what I'm saying is, okay, let's find someone else that can show up, man. Let's get some running game, man. Let's get some pound in, man. Let's get some, I say pound town in this thing. Let's go get some good hard running in this thing, man. Hey, Law, the defense showed up. What takeaways did they have, man? What strip sacks did they have, man? How many times, look, if somebody put down in the chat, how many times did we put Love on his back, man? How many times did we sack Love, man? Y'all put that in the chat. Or we had a tackle for loss on the running back, man. Come on, man. How many? Somebody was singing the song.
Nobody, baby. Nobody. And who can do it like me? Nobody. Who can give you what you need?
Zero, man.
Who can do you all night long?
Hey, my guy Cowboys beat. He was like, yeah, Law, they talk bad about the Cowboys losing to the Packers. Guess who else lost to the Packers? I said, who? He said Kansas City Chiefs, man. The Packers beat them up, too, during the regular season, of course, right? Shoot. It's zero. Oh, whoa. Hey, man, some people say, hey, man, Law, you be having that key sweat all in my head, man. All right, let's talk about this one right here, the do-rag, man, the trigger Trey, man. Let's listen to the trigger Trey,
like,
man.
We need to show him how we play quarterback compared to how they did in San Francisco. How much different is that? What do they ask you to do differently? Because their West Coast is different than
just a different offense. We didn't San Francisco. We weren't really dropping back and passing out of the gun on 1st and 10 too many times. It's totally different here where we can do that. We have the guys to do it, and obviously the coaches have to do it as well.
I don't know if it hasn't been addressed yet, but over the offseason, Stephen Jones, Jerry Jones talked about QB2 battle potentially at training camp. What's kind of your mindset going in with that, knowing that you've grown a relationship with Cooper, but it's still business at the end of the day?
Yeah, we were just talking about it. My mindset really hasn't changed. I haven't really attacked this offseason any differently. Just worrying about controlling what I can control. Continue to learn the offense. Continue to.
Oh, I forgot to ask you guys is who say this again, y'all? Put y'all comments down again. For those who watched the Mike McCarthy press conference yesterday, and put a 1 in the chat. I forgot to touch on that point because I want to bring up Trey Lance, and I want to bring up the overall system. Put 1 in the chat if you've seen the Mike McCarthy's presser from yesterday. Yeah, he control what I can control. Sound like Dak. All right. So okay. There was a nugget in there, and I was talking to Boss Cowboy. I hope he touch on this, a little later on today. But the nugget out of that presser was last year, and these are excuses, right? Facts that people don't want to hear, that last year that they was doing more installs. They were trying to rip upon the old system, get rid of that, and bring forth the new system. Now, how many of you guys heard, basically, when Mike McCarthy was coming into the system of ripping away Kellen Moore, he said it's going to be a 70-30 split. And we was like, hey, what's going to be the 30? He said it's going to be his system. We're like, man, that's more of the same, man. That ain't – look, we trying to get rid of the digit system, the what do you call that, the hook routes and the stop routes and the comeback route. We trying to get rid of that. And he made a wise choice. Because implementing a new system takes a long time. And remember, when Mike McCarthy was on the sidelines, it was so backwards that he didn't even know the language that Kellen Moore was speaking when he was here, right? But he trusted Kellen Moore. And this is what I'm going to tell y'all, man. Don't trust everybody, man, that's with you, right? That's on your side. Because they got butter knives that they be really ready to stab you with, right? But what I'm saying is ultimately, on offense, he said it took time for them to do the installment. And it wasn't until the latter part, I'm quite sure that they probably was still installing even against that Green Bay Packers game. We don't know what the hell happened in that situation. But overall, what he's saying is that they were still installing stuff. Literally, what I say when we did this particular show, building the plane while it's in the air. Literally, that's what they did. Now, I know it sounds like excuses, right? Because there have been teams probably just said, hey, they got a new offensive coordinator and they won the Super Bowl that year. But what he said in that presser, what was very valuable, is that now we beyond that phase of it. We on the phase that now we just do matchups on the teams that we have to play. And then he talked about even this dude that wears number 19, Trey Lance, that he also improved on his footwork, his mechanics, his fundamentals are there. At the end of the day, say what you want about Dak Prescott. We can take Dak and move him out of the equation. At the end of the day, I still believe that Mike McCarthy haven't forgot about coaching quarterbacks. Haven't stopped learning on how to coach up quarterbacks. The dude, at some degree, coached with Joe Montana or coached him up. What's the other guy? Aaron Banks and a whole bunch of other guys that he coached up. Oh, Brett Favre. Was he with Brett Favre? No. Well, I think he was. It could be just, Aaron Rodgers, who had terrible mechanics too. His resume is pretty good. Has Dak ever had a top 5 run stopping defenses? No, I don't think he had. Mike McCarthy won a Super Bowl under the system in Green Bay. He did. And when we talked to a few people who played with the Green Bay that was on that team or affiliated with that team, he had 6 wide receivers too. But that's been a long time. In the NFL, rapidly improving and changing, right? Evolving. So what we're saying is basically that they are already done with the installment phases on offense. Pay attention. And keep in mind, to be fair to Trey, he was here for a majority of last year too, just not in training camp.
Plus with these guys, the coaching staff as well, and just working on that.
What are some of the receivers you've been able to find a chemistry with for the two?
It's been great. Honestly, across the board, I've had a ton of time to work with all these guys, whether it was here or outside with Dak and those guys, outside of the facility. So it's been great, and the rookies as well have been great coming in these first few days.
What does your offseason look like? You mentioned working with Dak. Anything else?
Yeah, I work with Dak. I stay out here in the offseason, so just training out here.
Dak mentioned that the position is 80% confidence. Just what has the confidence trajectory been for you since you entered the NFL, and where is it now?
Yeah, I think it's much higher than it was when I got into the NFL for sure. I think I kind of didn't know what to expect, and I think it's probably most rookies, if not all of them, at one point or another throughout that first year, maybe that first off season. But I feel great about where I'm at. Continue to get better, continue to learn, and just continue to be a better quarterback.
Mike says that you're probably going to factor in heavily in terms of preseason play time. How do you feel about taking a bunch of snaps come preseason?
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm very excited. I haven't played snap, obviously, live games since last preseason, so just excited, looking forward to it, and make sure I'm ready to go when that time does come.
You went to college during COVID, then had an injury, traumatic one, and during the regular season at San Francisco. Long story short, a lot of uncontrollables. Has that made it easier to control what you control, knowing that there's been a lot of uncontrollables throughout your career?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me, I've learned a lot about myself, who I am on and off the field. And this offseason, I feel like probably at my best, just as far as, mentally, physically, spiritually, just knowing who I am, where I am, and being able to be present.
No doubt, man. That was a great interview, questions and setup and series to Trey Lance there. Hey, he chuckled and smiled with the opportunity. You should want to embrace that situation. You should want to embrace all of those things, and I'm quite sure that he will, and if time permits and everything of that nature. Let's go to, I got 2 super chats. Saiton says, need a veteran nose tackle, right? No, get that installed. Yeah. I think that we talked to the commish yesterday, right, or the day before yesterday. It could be yesterday. I talked to Boss Cowboy Sports this morning on a group chat, me and Big Game James. We all under the agreements here that the Cowboys get new money post-June 1, right? And one of the things that they need to figure out, if Jeff can know who he got far as his interior guys, and if he can be open and honest with Will McClay in the front office and say, hey, Denzel Daxon is not enough, man. Mozzie, man, I still don't know, man, who he is because he got the shoulder situation. Carl Davis and Rodgers, it's not enough, man. We need to go out here and get some, excuse my, wordplay here. We need to get girth. We need to get big meat, man. We need to put bigger boys down inside in order for this system to work. And the moment you be too passive about a situation, you won't get it. You will never get it. They say the squeaky wheel gets the oil. Well, you better be making some type of noise. You better be making some type of noise. And let people know that I'm the squeaky wheel, not an empty wagon. No. I'm the squeaky wheel. We need to get some oil over here, man. You want the results? I can't get it from these guys right here. How do you know? Well, I work these guys. And it's not enough. That's up to the coaches to determine that. Not week 5, not week 6, not week 7 to determine that. Glenn Caper says a running game fixes a lot of a team's offensive and defensive shortcoming. When will Coach Mike fix this run game? When, Law? Well, just like, it fits right on in. It fits right on in, Glenn. It fits right on into what I'm saying. Here's the only problem, though, that we don't have the ability to determine. Everybody looks good as a running back during these times. Everybody. You can put me with this helmet behind me on, and I'll look good, man. They'll be like, oh, man, look at Law Nation with the beard coming out. Because you don't tackle in football during the OTAs and training camps and all of that stuff. You can see O-line, D-line who wins, right? But the running backs, man, you don't really see that until preseason. And even then, there's going to be a lot of little fluff stuff going on. Generic stuff. That's the only problem we don't know until, and week 1 is going to be a hell of a doggone thing to take a look at to evaluate. Because you playing against one of the top 5, I believe top 4 defenses on stopping the run. Week 1. That's just how it goes. Yeah, I don't know about Law, you know. That's just what it is, man. We don't know, man. Shoot, that's the only thing. Speaking of defense, we got enough time to play this one, though. Let's listen to what he got to say. But that's just what it is, man. You're going to need girth. You're going to need size.
This new look, but you are the one that's probably most familiar with it.
Y'all hear audio?
Yeah, kind of. I feel like I obviously have a lot of experience in it. We're doing things a little bit differently. We've added a lot of things, so I'm still learning. I'm still trying to check my ego. I don't know all the answers, but at the same time, I have a lot of experience. I know
and I got to put this in here. Got a lot of experience or what have you. A prime example. Deuce Vaughn looked like Barry Sanders in the preseason, right? That's what I'm saying. You can't really, you don't literally know until week 1, week 2, week 3. That's just how it goes, man. So you can get true evaluation from DBs. It don't take all of the eyes to see that dude got burnt, right? You don't have to worry about true evaluations of wide receivers, especially. There's two wavelengths of free agencies. Well, not free agency, but OTAs, or not OTAs, but training camp in general with the wide receiver. Like, we'll know whether or not he can run good routes. We'll know if he can high point the ball. But when them pads come on, right? And when them pads come on, can he catch that slant across the middle? Remember me and Shango was out there? Reggie Davis was doing everything. He looked like the second coming of a Randy Moss and all of those boys put together. But the moment them pads came on, we were like, what happened to Reggie? Reggie started dropping everything across the middle. Reggie couldn't get off his releases because they had pads on there, man. But he looked good before the pads came on. So that's just how for the pads come on. So that's just what I'm saying. But evaluation, you can evaluate the linebackers, you can evaluate the defensive line, offensive line. It's just going to be hard to evaluate these running backs. And you can evaluate the doggone quarterback too, You'll know whether or not that's a good ball or not. You don't have to have perfect 2020 vision to see that. Nate Pete says, not Nate Pete, but Seiton says Nate Pete has potentials to be a Pollard/A-chain type of running back. Keep an eye on that lightning play. Pete is better than Deuce. Yeah, I mean, he got every potential. He got all of the potentials in the world. The other factor would be when them lights cut on, right? That's the other thing. Looks like Tarzan, plays like Jane. Yeah, let's go.
The weaknesses, I know the strengths of this defense, and I know what it's capable of. So, we got a lot of guys on this team who haven't really played in this defense, and but they don't even know yet, but it suits them very well. So I can't wait to see them.
As you work with this linebacker room, what's kind of stood out from the guys so far?
Man, just a great group of guys. I got a great group of guys who show up and compete. And we get each other better, and we show up every day to work.
Mayor Slofeld, any early impressions on the work?
Yeah, just a humble kid, humble rookie, pays attention to the details, communicates, and I can't wait to see what he's got going on.
How are you with your leadership? How are you helping maybe some of the younger guys who don't have as much experience in the NFL?
I'm just trying to be as vocal as I can, especially out on the field. Be as loud as I can. Be the constant voice for the defense, and if we're all messed up, we're all on the same page, so we all can get it going. But I'm just trying to be myself. I'm not trying to do too much, but I know the role that I carry, and I know how to play it well. So I'm excited for that opportunity.
Did you learn to appreciate Zim when he left?
Yeah, absolutely. I always appreciate Zim. Just the amount of defense I learned when I was underneath him, and the way I watch film. The way we break things down, install. A lot of things I learned with Zim, and we had some good years, and I can't wait to continue that.
He can be a little hard.
Yeah. Man, life's hard, man. Absolutely. Life's hard. So. I respect him fully, and we're gonna get this thing rolling. I had a talk with him this past weekend. We're excited to have the opportunity to work together again, and we're gonna play off each other.
There was a quote that they attributed to you to say, "Good riddance, I'm done with Zim." So were you joking? Were you serious? Were you mad? What was your emotions like?
When was this quote?
This was like after he left.
Man, honestly,
it was like 2 years.
Emotions were high, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what quote you're exactly talking about.
Man, they trying to get that man in the doghouse. He like, nah, man, Zim good, man. What y'all trying to do to me, man? Yeah.
Get your up there, contain the damn ball. This is why we do it. Hey, too many missed tackles. Let's go.
Man. All right, man.
We're too damn soft. I just hate mistakes.
They try to put that man
mistakes.
In a headlock over there. I wanted to play this about him. I think it was right here.
When we get an opportunity to get some linebacker love, because we are the best athletes on the field, Mr. Kendrick.
When you think about like overall athleticism, strength, the overall best athletes, linebackers every time. Who's the heart of the team? It's linebackers.
It's offensive linemen. The game cannot start without an offensive line snapping the ball. Offensive linemen do not come off the field. Y'all come off the field on third down at times.
Not me.
You already said, not me. I don't come off the field, right? And I want to play this one, I believe.
Do you ever feel like you're underrated in the NFL?
I always feel that. I always feel like I've been, but I also have always felt like that's just my story as Eric Kendricks. I'm never gonna change that. It's always gonna be a little bit of a chip on my shoulder, and that's how I have to get things done. I'm very okay with doing that. I do feel like, there's been times where I'm like, man, why can't I get the notoriety? Why can't I get the credibility? But then as I got older, I realized that I don't do it for that. You know what I mean? The people who love me, the people who know me, people who I share a locker room with and share a workspace with, they know what I'm about.
Do you ever
I love, man, Kendricks, man. I love that, Oh, trust and believe. He don't know yet. But he finna get some notoriety. He playing for the silver and blue with the star on the side of his helmet. Oh, he finna get all types of notoriety, man. All he got to do is just do what he do. Make plays. He's going to get the notoriety. There's been people, man, on the 3-ladder to 4-ladder network know who Marquise Bell is. They know who Damone Clark is, right? He's finna get all of the visibility, everything that he said that he wasn't getting. He's finna get a whole bunch of that. And all we need for him to do is just play, just play him. Just be who he is. One more clip I got over here.
For the young people who want to know how to get better, I tell us, hey, good things happen to those who run to the ball. Regardless, regardless if you were there making the play, the ball might squirt out. You may get a tip. Just good things happen to those who run to the ball. And if you run all the way across the field, someone makes a tackle and you're not there, it doesn't matter, dude. You're gonna be there. It's gonna happen. Just trust in it. There's some people in the league who have made it.
He gonna get all of the notoriety, and listen to what he's saying about the youth. I think that linebacker room and he
get your up there, contain the damn ball.
Is gonna be so crunk. And Parsons gonna be like, hey man, I'm back LBU, man. Parsons gonna be like, Edge, man, get me back at the linebacker. They having fun over there. They making impactful stuff, man. We shooting through A-gap. This dude got a brain of the field and know this defense like the back of his hand. Come on with it. We need him, Law. Yeah, for real, Press. We need him, man. We absolutely need him. So, and there was no shade at Parsons, though. But can you imagine his mindset? And next to him, he got a guy that can run a 4.3 40. The kamikaze mindset, running through, hey, scramble, run for the ball, man. Or Overshawn still recovering. Kendricks is a little old though. How old is Kendricks, man? Y'all put his age down in the chat. Adam, imagine a younger Kendricks. He would be a Fred Warner compared to the greats. What if I told you Miris? It could be far as the reach. But we got the younger Kendricks here. He just got to study and understand. And Kendricks got to be that bridge. He's 32, 33. Italian Cowboy. Yeah, that's kind of old. But, man, we seen, London Fletcher, man, for the Washington team. Still play at a high level, man, at that age. So, and Levante David, he's still playing good, So you could still be 32, 33. Now, when he turned like 34, 35, then that's why we have him here, so that what he just said about running, chasing to the ball, hitting stuff. Shoot. How old was Ray Lewis when he retired? I'm not saying that Kendricks is Ray, though, by the way. And people saying, hey, man, 30's old, man. Come on, man. Yeah. So I'm just saying, though, my only gripe is about this whole situation is I don't want this defense to play lights out and then we don't keep Zim and all of this stuff. I want us to play lights out and we keep these things, man. I want us to build upon the good stuff. I know that it takes a solid 2 to 3 years for defense to really get to moving, right? But we are at that space and time, ladies and gentlemen, that we want the fast food mentality because we've been wanting this Super Bowl so quickly. And I'm not saying that we can't win it this year. I'm always going to give us that fighter's chance, right? But it's going to be hard and difficult, man. SARS says, how much are your new media caps, Law? It should be $24 to $25, right? And whatever the shipping is. And I appreciate you if you want to purchase the new media cowboy hat. It's somewhere in here. But I'm going to tell y'all, man, this is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. I got a dip, man. Y'all know how it goes, right? At 3:20, 3:35. I got to get out of here. But I should be live a little later on today, if possible. My brother will be in town, too, I think tomorrow, right? And I want you guys to enjoy this weekend, too. If you guys haven't made plans, just be responsible. Appreciate you, iRock, for 21 months. Silver level 1. Appreciate you, man. That's a long time. Appreciate you. God bless you. Yeah. And everything that we do, baby. I hope y'all ain't mad at me, baby. I ain't mad at you. Come on, man. Stand tall or not at all. on my last video, I said, hey, Deuce Vaughn, we need for you to stand tall. Or not at all. And somebody posted in the comments, y'all wrong, man. They said, man, Law got Deuce Vaughn standing on his tiptoes, man. Well, let him stand on his tiptoes, man.
God sees in you what you don't see in yourself.
Gotta see
and that's why he chose you to break generation cycles.
Yeah.
And he about to open door for you that no man can shut.
No man, baby.
That no man can shut. Because he wants to be a witness for what he about to do. Woo! My God.
And be a witness, man. And some of you all that's watching right now, I want y'all to witness this greatness. I don't want you guys to close your eyes. Every single season is our opportunity to shine until we don't shine. But at the end of the day, the whole thing about being a fan, which is short of being a fanatic. We are a fanatic of these Dallas Cowboys, meaning that we wake up in the morning, we looking at what's happening in the news. Somebody's tuning in now. They can't even stand me, but they love the Cowboys. So they're here to get the good news. We're loyal. Don't confuse our loyalty as delusions, as fickle. Win, lose, or draw, we are here. And yes, it's been 28 years, but the name of the game is that, hey, we don't fold up like wallets nor lawn chairs. We are here to stay, baby. A third of us that's watching this were fans of this team before Jerry Jones bought the team. Right? Come on, man. And another half will be here even when he's gone. Right? Y'all let me know if I'm lying. And Jerry might outlive us all too, by the way. But our determinations, our heart, soul, and sinew of it, if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, a plan to lose all terror of your mind. If you would simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or poverty or famish or fame or the sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty, you will get it. Never allow someone to buy you into thinking, hey man, sharecropping is a real good thing. We will give you the land. We'll give you all of the resources, right? Whatever seed that's birthed out of that, we want you to give it to us out of percentage, and you will have to work the lands. You're getting good money. You see, that's what these owners would like to do to these players. So Dak Prescott, a little word of advice. Now, granted, you probably have more coins and remunerations than us over here. But you don't have to express everything, right? Because people will take your words and twist them. Just like that dude Kyle Brandt did on the, what's this page, the X app. They would take them and twist them and set you apart and say, hey, you fool! We give you all of the land. We give you all of the resources. We giving you all of these things. You need to work for me. Sharecropping and give me back a percentage even off the fruits that you are able to grow. And I say no. I say no to that belief. And no to this guy named Kyle Brandt and his philosophy and principle of thinking. Stand tall or not at all. Be sure that everyone have a reason, but results are what matter, and never fall into the traps of the minds of the people that would like to use your talent and skill and tell you to take less in order for them to divvy up the dividends on their end, to go out and do things that they supposed to do. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours.
Nobody does it better. They can come closer than close.
Let's get it, baby.
Yeah.
In the words of Prime Time.
Original, they never will be.
Come on. Let's get it, baby. Roll those credits, baby.
I've been really in the field, I've been really in the field, lot of rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
There you go, baby. Adam says, never allow a man you negotiate with you to lower your true value, because your true value is priceless, baby. Let's get it. Come on with it. Let's get it. Shout out to you, Patrice, Paul, Black Lion, Sight the Truth, Glenn Capers, Press, Ham, Talk, and Jake. Come on.
I still say and roll my change. Take some losses when I play.
Charge it to the game.
I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Rabbit now.
Hey.
I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.